in between the Roxy and the Rainbow is that,
in that alley.
Bring your motorcycle, Marty. We can recreate the girls video.
Hi, I'm Lamal, and you're listening to All Over the Place, where the fun sanity never ends, or in my case, it's never ending.
Hello and welcome to 2026 All Over the Place, and I am your host, Eric Pervoznik. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Brand new year, and we're hitting the ground running with Jim Culver.
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year, indeed. Did you have a good beef jerky time?
Indeed, sir.
Very good beef jerky time. Speaking of beef jerky, there's still hanging in as Vado Claus and feeling better. Marty, welcome back.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Keep the
Year.
Vado Claus
Happy New
spirit
Year
throughout
to
the year.
Kathy Rankin, coming off a hot show with the superhero band. And we know it was a phenomenal show. So there's really no getting around that one. So
happy 2026.
Woohoo! And I'll throw up a little of my brother's whiskey here.
Your brother's whiskey.
Wow. You guys are just jumping right in.
I can't transport it across state lines, Marty. That would be wrong. It's bad enough I'm
Gotta drink it all first.
Bad enough I'm functioning without a valid ID right now. So yeah, in between IDs. So anyway.
Okay. Is that one of those ones where you say currently?
What's that?
Ask if you have a job currently?
Remember, I can run a mile. Just be my last mile. We're always throwing the callbacks, folks. So, hey, we're in 2026, and we wanted to, again, just very quickly, looking back to last year, thank you again so much. And we're hitting the ground running. We have already got a few guests lined up for this year. We got author Paul Levine, the author of the Lassiter thriller series and the Courtroom. And also we've got DJ Jasper Punk coming in, and the lead singer from the band Hannon will be joining us. And Kathy is the one who actually cued us into Hannon. So thank you on that one, Kathy. More melodic rock and roll, good crunchy guitars coming our way in the new year. So
yeah,
and you got us. So there you go.
What else do you need?
And I continue to get excited. And Kathy, I'm going to turn it over to you, Kathy, because January is looking to be a huge, busy month for you. And when the thing that I'm looking forward to, January 21st, out there in Los Angeles on the Sunset Strip, Kathy is going to be co-hosting along with Eddie Trunk at the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame Awards. And Kathy, go ahead and give us a little bit more of the scoop now that we're getting closer to the actual date.
Sure, it's changing by the minute. We've had lots of new. Every time I see the poster, there's new guests added, so that's kind of exciting. So now they're also inducting Gilby Clarke, and they're going to do an all-star jam, which I found out Chris Impellitteri is kind of responsible for getting those musicians together, and they've got all kinds of special guests. Sean McNabb, Ken Mary's going to be doing drums. There's just going to be a bunch of people. Warren DeMartini, I believe he's being inducted, and he'll probably play in the jam. I'll post all the list of the latest graphic that has all the names of. There's just going to be a bunch of people there, so we're really looking forward to it. Some good inductions. It's always great to see Eddie, and I just love that this year we're actually doing it in a music venue. Normally the gala is kind of a formal thing. We do it's sort of a sit down dinner, but this time we're doing this throwback to the great iconic music venues on the Strip, the Sunset Strip. And so we'll be hitting the Roxy, the Viper Room, and the Rainbow, I believe. And there's going to be various VIP parties, and then the All-Star Jam, and then the inductions, each at a different place. So it's going to be, and then an after party. So it's going to be really cool. I love the theme. A little controversy. Some people thinking that the hair bands or the glam bands of the 80s aren't considered metal, but it is a genre. It is a subgenre of metal. So, and some of those guys are really great musicians. A lot of those guys are great musicians. So
I know it's only rock and roll, and I like it. Yeah. Yes, I do.
There's different opinions on all that, and that's what makes it fun and interesting, but it's all still great music. So.
And I dare any of those people who are griping about it to play a solo, as well as Warren DeMartini,
Right.
Chris Holmes from Wasp, and also Carlos Cavazzo. He's going to be there too, right? From Quiet Riot and briefly with Rat.
Yeah, he was inducted, I think, 2 years before. And then you got Tracy Guns, from LA Guns. And I mean, it's going to be really, really a lot of fun.
I'm glad that Gilby got bumped up to an inductee as well. So I know he was a good sideman with GNR, and of course I got to see him. I was very fortunate to see him play over at Club Luna. So somewhere there in Hollywood, he was playing bass with bass and keys with Tommy Stinson when Tommy Stinson was doing some solo stuff, because they both played in the Guns N' Roses Mach 2 after all the main guys left. So but Gilby stuck around. So that's cool. It's going to be a great night. And we're looking closer and closer. It's going to be, all of us are going to be there.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I'm there for sure.
Oh, cool.
Chip has been nice enough to hook me up with that. And
very cool.
Yeah, and we're working on getting Marty and Jim some red carpet passes as well.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I will be there in some capacity.
That will be really cool, you guys. I'm super excited to hear that.
Yeah, we'll be StreamYardless and actually all in one spot. Now we will be at Jim. I should check with you as our movie expert. Are we going to be able to cross the streams, or should we stay as far apart from each other as possible?
I think it's always best not to cross the streams, but we'll do what we can. All
right. Well, that's going to be fun. And as Kathy mentioned, the rainbow, and you got to go in there and sit down and honor Lemmy at the corner bar there in front of his slot machines that he was always playing. You got that. There's the memorial to him there. And then of course going next door. I love the Roxy. That is my favorite spot always. And it's nice being in Arizona. Of course, I'm not in Arizona right now. I'm recording from Northwest Ohio right now. Thank you. Credit to my brother Michael for letting me hang out in his rec room basement. But the Crescent Ballroom here in Phoenix, love that spot. It reminds me very much of the Roxy, just the proximity to the artists and just getting in. But the Roxy, it set the standard for me as a music lover. And it's going to be so cool to see the bands do their jam there. And then, like Kathy said, over to the VIP room, otherwise known as the Viper room. So yeah, it's going to be a good night for metal and rock and roll.
They're going to do a red carpet out front of the rainbow, I believe. And it's just going to be really cool. I think it's going to be, it'll be interesting because we haven't done this this way before. So I'm really excited to see, how it's kind of an experiment, but I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Well, again, I'm hoping that Jim and Marty, and even if we can't get you guys red carpet, the passes for that, who's going to stop us from hanging out on the street there on Sunset Boulevard?
Or maybe
Marty,
everybody in.
I was thinking about like in between the Roxy and the Rainbow is that
alley.
Bring your motorcycle, Marty. We can recreate the girls video. and by we, I mean you, because you're the only one with the motorcycle.
Who's going to be wearing the fishnet stockings? That's what I want to know.
Marty, obviously.
Obviously me.
The theater guy, I guess, will be the. I'll volunteer for it. That may not get me many interviews, though, Kathy. We'll figure it out. or it may get me a different kind of interview. I don't know. Well,
I don't know, Eric. I've seen your Magic Mike routine. I think you could pull it off.
But that was Tragic Mike. And as coincidence has it, the last time, it was actually the first red carpet I did was for Chip got me passes for the inaugural Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Against Cancer.
Oh, cool.
That Eddie Trunk was supposed to be there, but there's bad weather in New York. When it was 2012, 13, but he wasn't able to make it to that. But I had actually come that morning was our costume contest at Warner Brothers, where I won for Tragic Mike, and I wore my leather pants that night to the red carpet.
Oh, that's funny.
No fishnet stockings though. No fishnet stockings.
We'll still fit in those
yet.
Right. Yet.
Of course. So so that's of course that's on a Wednesday, but that's still good. Middle of the week. We're just going to kick our weekend off a little earlier than
Yeah.
most people. So
Yeah.
But, that's coming up. And also, Kathy, you're going to be coming out this direction for the Bubba Fest. And as I've reminded you on a couple of occasions, make sure you're wearing a lot of layers because you're going to be in Eastern PA. Going to be a little chilly there. And so now I've got to ask, and then and maybe I'll edit this out if I'm putting you on inadvertently putting you on the spot. But are you going to be performing your Neil song?
No, I get asked that every year, and that's not up to me, and I don't push. I'm there to host.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they first found me, and they wanted me to host it, and so I'm there to do that and make it about Neil and about the guest drummers who were friends of his, and Why Not is who puts on the show. I would love to do my song at some point live. It would take the right players to recreate it in a live situation. But that would have to be up to the event organizers. That's not something I ever push. I'm there to do my job. And if they hear from enough people and they want me to do it and they ask, I would absolutely be happy to do it.
Did you hear that, guys? We got to get a writing campaign going.
Yeah.
I know some people in Pennsylvania. You'll see, and maybe
a few of the musicians have actually been asking for that too. So I'd love to do it, or even do just a regular Rush song. That would be fun too. John Wesley and I are pretty good friends, so it'd be fun to do something with him acoustically. But we'll see.
Well, it just hit me. You mentioned Ken Mary is going to be at the Heavy Metal Awards.
Yes.
There's your drummer. I'm going to guess that Dave Ellefson's going to be there.
He's not. He's not
really?
Okay. There. No. David has to do every year. He does Metal Allegiance, which is the next night. And so they do their rehearsal on the same night as Metal Hall of Fame. So he's not going to be able to get there in time just due to the locations. So he will not be attending, and he's bummed about that. It's a bummer that he's not going to be there, but he'll be doing Metal Allegiance the next night. And then I think he does the Ronnie Montrose Remembered event on Friday or Saturday. There's so many events going on that whole weekend because of NAMM.
That's right. It's close to NAMM. That's right.
Yeah.
And by not being able to attend, David is probably just 2 streets over. It is LA after all, and he wouldn't be able to make it in time.
Yeah, I don't know where his rehearsal is at, but.
And it's been a little under a year, and it's the Kathy show right now. But the first time you were with us, of course you had the tribute song out. And how's the rest of the year gone with the new music that was on the horizon?
It is slower. We did not anticipate it taking this long. It's gone well. We have all the rhythm guitars recorded. We have the drums recorded. We have a lot of the song built already. I am going into the studio to do my vocals next, and then we're going to finish some lead guitars, and then we'll have David come in and do bass. It just touring schedules, between those guys, we're busy. My schedule is busy, and then holidays, and Metal Church, I think you remember Metal Church announced that both Ken and David are part of that new thing. And so there's just a lot going on, especially for Ken, since he produces the song. He's just been so busy because I think he's writing a new album with Flotsam and Jetsam. He's got the Metal Church thing going on. He's got so much going on. And now he's doing Metal Hall of Fame. So we just decided, let's not try and do the end of the year rush. Let's just wait till after January when David's back from tour. And then that's when we'll button everything up. So
rock stars, they never have more than, it's never just one project anymore. It's
yeah. Well, the nice thing about it these days is you're releasing songs as singles, so you can just do whatever you want. And ideally, you'd like to do it quicker so people don't forget. But you just have to do what you can do. Everybody's got multiple projects going on because the industry is so different now. So you kind of have to have different income streams and different projects going on at all times.
Water falling when you can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jim, we broached the subject a little bit in the year-end review, but one or two movies coming out this year that are catching your eye in 2026?
There's a few, yeah. It's I'll admit 2025, bit of a letdown for movies. But and you might hear my dog going crazy in the background, by the way. Apologies for that. But 2026 is looking pretty good. A lot of big movies. Some of it was just kind of luck and timing, stuff that was supposed to come out in 2025 got pushed back. So there's kind of a confluence of events where there's a lot of big movies coming out in 2026, a lot of highly anticipated ones. And I think that we could have a really good year in movies. Of course, the big question is, are theaters going to make a comeback? They're still, only about 40% down from where they were before COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. But I think the best thing Hollywood can do is just keep pushing quality product that people want to see, and just put a lot of movies out there so people want to keep going back and build that habit of going to the theaters again. We'll see if it happens this year, but yeah, there's a lot of big movies coming out. Probably my number one most anticipated is The Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan. It's The Odyssey. That's a book that I loved as a kid. I've always wanted to see a big budget version of it on the big screen. So I'm really psyched for that one. They put out a teaser a while ago. It's a little bit unorthodox where it doesn't really deal with any of the supernatural, mystical issues of it or themes. It's more just kind of very down-to-earth look at Odysseus and his soldiers trying to go home. But it, visually striking and looks like a really interesting movie. So really psyched for that one. Chris Nolan, he hasn't steered wrong yet, in my opinion. So I think that one's going to be really good. Avengers Doom.
While we're on that one, just very, very quickly, I'm guessing it's The Odyssey and it's Nolan. It's going to be a long movie. I want to get everyone's opinion on this one. What everyone's take is on having an intermission. And I'm not talking a Strange Brew style intermission where it's 30 seconds. For me, it would be a good thing because it gives the theaters more of an opportunity to get concession income. And it also these movies and these auteurs keep making movies longer and longer. I think we could use a break. Well, what's everyone's take on that one? Starting with you, Jim, since you're in the center square off to the right.
I think it feels like a very kind of old-fashioned idea for a movie. Obviously, it was big with the big epics in the 50s and 60s. The only movie I can recall them doing it was The Hateful Eight, which was kind of a throwback to older movies. So it kind of fit in there with, Quentin Tarantino's kind of retro sensibilities. But yeah, I don't know how audiences would deal with that in a modern movie. I feel like there's more of a wish for the movie to just get done. So I think, I don't know if it would go over great, but I would certainly be willing to give it a shot, and certainly wouldn't bother me as a film goer.
All right, Marty, what's your take?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I think getting emotionally invested is part of the experience. And you hop up out of your seat, out into the lobby, back to reality. It kind of breaks the magic, sort of. I don't know. It's not the worst idea, but I think especially depending on the movie. A documentary, who cares? You have to take a break. But, if it's a big epic or a horror flick, it's really going to break the mood. It's going to.
Well, I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying like movies that are 3 hours or more.
Well, I guess it would depend on the movie, like Jim said. It could work. I feel like you're lobbying for it.
Well, it's the classic. Well, it's the classic theater guy. And it's the classic movie, the classic cinema, and also as a theater guy. You've got an intermission in a play that typically only lasts 2 to 2.5 hours, and I just think it gives the mind a break. And personally, I fall asleep in movies rather easily, and it's a good mental and physical break. And again, it gives the and here's the former movie theater manager in me. It gives the theaters an opportunity to make some extra money, and they're always clamoring these days. There's how many ads before the movie starts these days? Can give them an opportunity to make some more money.
Except that these days, so many of the theaters have delivery of food and drinks. Right,
I was thinking about that. Yeah,
That's the way
I
to
don't know.
go.
I'm not a fan of it either. It's funny you bring it up because I saw The Sound of Music. You know, they do those throwback movies, and we went to see The Sound of Music, and that has an intermission in it. I mean, even when they used to play it on TV, it has that little intermission. And I agree with Marty. It breaks up. Like once you're in the flow, you want to just keep the emotion going. And I don't know, it's just kind of jarring to all of a sudden have to wait to pick the story back up. And I'm the same way with performing. I hate when we have to take breaks, and we have to take them, but long breaks to me just kills the energy. So
4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes.
It's that way in sports. It's that way in sports as well.
Yeah, you got a halftime.
You have a halftime, and more often than not, two completely different teams come out.
yeah,
And, in sports, it's kind of a cool thing because maybe you get a reboot on a game that's not going so well. I don't know. I can see myself being immersed. I don't know, watching an awesome Guardians movie, and then, boop, all right, everybody up, go to the restroom, talk, order some popcorn, walk around. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just hit me too. It harkens like when you order the XL popcorn, you get your popcorn refill. Be time for me to go and do that. I'm 1 against 3 here. That's fine. I realize it's not going to happen anytime soon. I got to start my own movie theater for that, but that's a
There
project.
you go.
I'm not. There's enough on my plate right now.
I think you should.
At the moment. Yeah.
I will make an exception though. I will make an exception if movies are coming back into theaters and they're that long, and it's like it's a movie that most people have already seen. I think there's nothing wrong with that. For example, they just recently put the entire Kill Bill Bloody Affair like a 4-hour combined movie in theaters. Most people have already seen that, and it's 4 hours long.
Yeah.
That's nothing wrong with an intermission there. Or if they put the fingers crossed, if they ever put the Lord of the Rings extended versions in theaters, then it would make perfect sense. But I think for new movies, I think people really want to keep with the flow of it. That's my take on it. So
talk about it long enough, and Provoznik will wear you down. All right, there we go. I got a couple maybes now. All right.
Yep. I do like your idea of starting your own theater, though. I think we should stick with that.
We have the movie parties again that I loved hosting. I could dress up as different characters.
A few more.
Comes back to the theater presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's a theater up here where they serve you food in the theater. It's 21 and older, so there's no kids, and they don't bombard you with 20 minutes of commercials. Like, it's a really well done theater experience, and I think they need to do more of that. But that's a whole different rant for a different time.
Yeah. And sadly, the Alamo Drafthouse, I believe, filed for bankruptcy, and they were a great movie-going experience. So fortunately, we saw the Roadhouse in Scottsdale, which is always a great place to go see.
I love the Roadhouse. It's my favorite place to go see movies.
And home of Sin Asylum Aaron. So
Yep. Yeah, if I'm ever out in those parts, I'll have to check out the Roadhouse. Sounds great.
It's awesome.
So a few others. Right on. So Avengers Doomsday obviously is the big one coming out this year. Superhero movies are in a weird place. 2025 was supposed to be the big comeback for superhero movies. That didn't happen. They pretty much all bombed or didn't break even. And even Superman didn't break even. How do you screw up Superman? How do you make Superman not make a profit? Hollywood found a way. A lot of people liked it, but Hollywood found a way to make Superman not make money. It's amazing. But
a certain director
I think
before the movie opened.
That did not help.
Politics,
admittedly.
But whatever.
Yeah, definitely did not help. I think Doomsday is going to do well, though. Marvel obviously has figured out that a lot of the things they've been trying since Endgame have not worked, but they're definitely pushing the nostalgia buttons right now. That's worked pretty well. Worked for Wolverine and Deadpool. It worked for Spider-Man No Way Home. I think it's going to work pretty well here. I don't think it's going to be on the level of something like Endgame, but it's going to be a successful movie. It'll probably be $1 billion movie. They're bringing back a lot of the old favorites, characters from the first 3 phases, and get fans to show up again. So I think it's going to do pretty well. I don't know if it's going to revitalize the entire genre like some people think, but I think it's going to give it a shot in the arm, and it'll probably be a pretty entertaining movie. So I'm looking forward to that one. There's one coming out called Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. It's by the same writer who did The Martian, and he plays a guy who's been sent into, like, I think the sun's dying, and he's sent into space to research what's happening and try to save the Earth. But it looks really entertaining. Another sci-fi, Dune 3. Obviously, the first 2 Dunes were awesome. So looking forward to that, even though the books get kind of weird after the second Dune movie. But I think Denis, I'm going to butcher the name, Denis Villeneuve is probably going to do a really good job of making those books entertaining. Mandalorian and Grogu. So this one I'm iffy on. Trailer didn't look great, but they've got Jon Favreau behind it. He is pretty much the only person I think left at Lucasfilm that knows what he's doing. He gave us the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, and he's just a really talented guy. So I mean, if I had my way, he would be running the show instead of Kathleen Kennedy. But again, whole different rant for a different time. So I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed for that one. I think it's going to be decent. We're doing a new He-Man. I'm iffy on that one because
I wasn't either.
Only if Dolph Lundgren makes a cameo. That's the only way I'll go. I need to
Is
see
it live action?
It's live action. My concern is that He-Man is one of those characters like Superman where they can never just tell a good story. They always have to deconstruct the character, and they have to set him in. They have to somehow set him in some kind of modern time or different place, so that they can talk about how, like a postmodern take, or you can talk about how he doesn't fit in with the times and blah blah blah. And that drives me crazy because I loved He-Man as a kid, and it's very simple. He's just like a family friendly Conan the Barbarian, and just tell a story in that tone, and it'll work great. But they always have to like the Dolph Lundgren movie. They had to transport him to modern America, and they had to have laser battles and all this stuff, and they couldn't just have him be a barbarian. So yeah. I think if they can find a good angle for that story, it'll be good. If they try to do all this postmodern deconstruction, I don't think it's going to be that great. So we'll see.
Only 2 barbarians in my book, and they're not coming back anytime soon. Conan, of course, and Thundar.
Thundar.
And Ookla the Mock. You got to get Ookla the Mock in there. That's just a cheap Star Wars ripoff, but yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing a Thundar the Barbarian movie. We'll see. But if He-Man actually does well, who knows? They just did a Red Sonja movie that nobody went and saw, so who knows what'll happen. But and there's, let's see what else. Steven Spielberg's got a new sci-fi movie called Disclosure Day. They just had a trailer out for that a little while ago. Steven Spielberg and Aliens, he's 3 for 3 so far. So I think it's going to be good.
Wait, are you counting Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as an alien movie?
No, I don't know what that movie is. I've never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was the liquor talking. Move on, as you were.
Yeah,
it's
moving
on.
Best
one.
Great. Let's see, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Not a huge fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I will say No Way Home was great, and they seem to, and Marvel seems to know what to do with Spider-Man these days. But they got the animated version, they've got the Tom Holland version. They're talking about, the No Way Home was so popular, they're talking about bringing back the older Spider-Man versions for some kind of crossover. So it's almost always entertaining to watch. So Tom Cruise has a new one out called Digger. Is a comedy, and Tom Cruise in comedy. If you've seen Tropic Thunder, he can do comedy. So I'm curious to see that one.
Yeah, so very tiny trailer in front of that one. What's the guy? Same guy directed Birdman, right?
Right, directed Birdman and The Revenant and Gravity. He's a
Yeah.
really talented guy. So I mean, he is very offbeat, but almost everything he makes is entertaining. So I think it'll be good. Obviously Tom Cruise has been the action guy for a long time, but I've been looking forward to seeing him kind of branch out and do some different stuff more recently, and so I'm kind of psyched to see that. So I think that'll be good. Let's see. Robert Eggers has a werewolf movie coming out, and I absolutely loved his take on Nosferatu. I love Guillermo del Toro's take on Frankenstein. I kind of love that in the 2020s they're bringing back these kind of gothic monster movies and making them good. What a concept! And I think Robert Eggers is going to
good. Oh,
what a thought, right?
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, and I mean, werewolf was my favorite monster as a kid. So, and it's been way too long since we've seen a really good werewolf movie on the big screen. So, psyched for that one. And the '90s kid in me is excited about Mortal Kombat 2 and the Street Fighter movies, even though they're probably going to be just complete goofiness. But still looking forward to them because that's in my DNA at this point, loving those kind of movies. So, lots of.
Like cocaine, nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Indeed it is. And there's some other stuff coming out, family stuff. Toy Story 5. They should have stopped at 3, but they didn't. But it could be good. Super Mario Brothers 2. The first one was better than I expected. And so looking forward to seeing more of that. Video game movies are doing really well, so I think those are going to keep rolling forward and be hopefully better than the Minecraft movie. So yeah,
I liked the Minecraft movie.
Remember, Kathy liked the Minecraft movie.
I
That was bonding time. Come on, Jim, be nice.
loved it.
Hey, each to their own. I play Minecraft all the time, but maybe I'm just too close to it as a player. I don't know, or maybe I just can't stand Jack Black. I don't know.
Yeah. If you can't stand Jack Black, that would be a problem.
Yeah. Wow. I can't even relate to that. I really, really like Jack Black.
I love Jack Black.
Even
It
though
depends on the movie. He hasn't worn on my nerves in a while. So, but I never saw a Minecraft movie. But having just recently rewatched Tropic Thunder, I'm no burnout on Jack Black yet. No. No, he might show up at the Heavy Metal Awards. It's in Hollywood.
That would be cool.
Awesome.
You never know.
that would.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to pivot very quickly. I know you're not the big movie guy, Marty. However, I'm going to guess that you saw the trailer, and since you're a Raiders guy, or were when they were still in LA, what's your thoughts on the Nicolas Cage and Christian Bale, Al Davis, and John Madden movie?
You are 100% incorrect. I'm not a Raider guy. I'm a longtime Raider hater.
Okay.
Those years when they were here, there was maybe a decade or so, and it's now back, where they were just so terrible that I couldn't even hate them. They just it felt like I was picking on a little kid. They just weren't any good, and so I stopped hating them.
And just very quickly, let me just, I know you are a Steeler guy. Don't worry. I know that. I was not trying to take away from that. So there you go. I did not mean to trample on the black and gold.
Yeah, and they're not doing so well either. But I will say this. I'm a big fan, big John Madden fan. Al Davis as well, even though he had his issues. I am very excited to see it. I think it's going to be great. And even though I hate the Raiders, I love football so much. It's like, it's still, even though I don't like them, there's still football. So, and those guys are legendary, iconic. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope they knock it out of the park.
I like the trailer. It was very brief. I like the trailer, and then Nicolas Cage. You still hear enough of him and his cadences, but he's got the John Madden down okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. He, it doesn't have to be a perfect replication. He's not Frank Caliendo or whatever. He just, just do your version of it, but just do it well. I mean, hey, John Wayne played Genghis Khan. It's fine.
But did he play it well? Yes.
No. No, that was
He says he doesn't have range.
Odd time in our history.
Johnny Depp recently played Tonto. Whatever, whenever.
Speaking of sports, we have World Cup coming up this year here, or North and South America.
And the finals are going to be up in your neck of the woods, aren't they, Jim? Isn't Seattle going to be the finals area?
Just say yes. Is he frozen?
Blink twice if you agree.
The Stockholm syndrome. We got to do that. That's how we're going to deal with Jim. No. Not.
Oh yeah, you guys froze up on me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
There. Yep. Okay. Well, don't worry. We'll edit out the stuff where we were begging you to blink twice. So.
Little Patty Hurst.
Oh man! So
anyway, also Winter Olympics.
Ooh, I can't wait for the Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics coming up, and it's not football, but it's pretty good.
Is Snoop Dogg commentating again?
Snoop is in everything. He's in everything.
Love it.
Seriously, why is he in everything now? I don't get it.
I don't know.
He has his own bowl game now. He's everywhere.
Didn't you love his halftime show that he just did, though? I love it.
Yeah. It seems to be he's able to put his cool on stuff, and it kind of works.
And it was shockingly conservative compared to what we've seen from, there was nothing inflammatory. It was positive. Yeah. He covered every genre. I thought, well done. The dancers were in normal dance costumes, not something crazy. It wasn't dark. I don't know. I really thought that was great.
Yeah, I like my halftime show with less demons,
Yeah.
Maybe one or two's fine, but we don't need all the demons.
For some of us.
And he's so cool that he has got a starting NFL quarterback who's nicknamed after him. That's how cool he is.
I love the guy.
I mean, the guy's amazing.
Yeah, I hope he's doing. I think he's doing like a permanent thing with the Olympics. I don't know. I didn't hear all the details, but
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are a couple things coming up. 250 years. 250 years of the U.S.
That's on my list. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
I was going to, the big plan for next year was to go out to Independence Hall as a son of the revolution, the Philip Livingston line. I was going to get our family together, all the Livingstons, because I'm tired of us only getting together at funerals these days because it's what's happening. But I want to get us all together. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but we are going to have an old-fashioned blowout. It's been brought up, I think, 2 summers ago on the show, and we were talking about family reunions being one of my favorite things, memories of a kid, as a kid, of summertime. And the Livingston family reunions were blowouts of extraordinary proportions. And now I'm at the age, maybe a little bit older at that age, of where I'm going to be the guy sitting with the cooler next to him, alcohol just one after the next, and just the little cousins just run around. So we're going to get together to do that in either Western New York or Northwestern PA. So yeah, it's going to be fun celebrating the sesquicentennial of our awesome nation.
The West? What was that? The sesquicentennial.
The Sasquatch. Oh yes, for Marty. The Sasquatch Centennial. Yes.
It says,
there it is.
America squash again.
There it is. Here, one more time.
Make America squash again.
Oh, that's funny.
I got 1 million of them. Excuse me.
Well, that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Another thing I'm looking forward to, and I wish Marty could be here for it, but they're coming to Phoenix. Devo is out on tour.
They are. I didn't even
Yeah.
know this.
It's sold
Yeah,
out.
there
They're
you
playing
go.
the Van Buren, and it's sold out. I think last week the lowest ticket price I saw was $200. That's on general admission on the floor.
No.
It's
Oh,
300 if you want to sit it up in the balcony.
When is it?
April 13th, I believe.
Oh man, I gotta make some phone calls because I would like to.
Man, I would
Yeah,
love to go.
and a week after that, week and some change, David Byrne is going to be playing out here in Phoenix as well.
Wow.
And tickets for that are a little under 200 right now, so a single seat area. But he's playing a lot of classic, and by classic I mean some of my favorites, Talking Heads songs. So I'm going to find a way to get to see him as well. But yeah, those are my
That'd be cool.
two big ones. And of course, the Vandaliers are going to be coming through Phoenix again. They're going to be here at the end of February, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll be back here in Ohio next summer, do some more umping and hanging out with the family and everything, and playing Columbus in July. And Marty and I are going to figure out a way to make it happen. AC/DC is playing at Ohio State Stadium.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's
So-
cool.
Yeah, I'll be a lot closer.
Yeah, well, my Marty will be on New York there at that point.
Yeah, I'll be in upstate New York, so it'll be a shorter flight.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to music wise next year. And of course, I've got my Restore the Statue. With Penn State's got a brand new coach. Looking forward to him. They kept Terry Smith, who held the team together at the end of the year after James Franklin was let go. And there's a coach coming in who wants to fully embrace what it means to be a Nittany Lion. And I could not be happier with Matt Campbell, who got his start as a head coach right here in the town where I'm sitting, University of Toledo. It's Toledo Rocket before he went off to Iowa State. Now he's going to Penn State. And the last time we poached a coach from Iowa State, Cale Sanderson, turned out pretty okay in the wrestling program. So looking forward to that. It's gonna be 2026, as we mentioned at the end of last year. Everything and beyond for this show. And next year, and by next year I mean now, it's going to be it's just going to keep getting better. We're kicking off January with the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame Awards, for crying out loud. All 8 legs on all boots on the ground for that one. Although Kathy will probably be the only one in boots, but we'll see what happens. I'll be in fishnet stockings and a pump. I don't know. We'll see. So,
Are you guys gonna dress 80s?
Kathy, some of us didn't keep our hair the way you did, so I'd have to get away. Hey, I'll be in Hollywood. I can go talk to my friends over at Warner Brothers, and maybe they can hook me up with some costume shop stuff. Hair and makeup. I'll talk to some. We'll see what we can do. Unfortunately, I don't have those leather pants anymore. I did get rid of them. So yeah, it's for better and worse. So yeah, but Tragic Mike could make a comeback. We shall see. We shall see. But well, anything else that we want to say as we launch into the new year? We've covered a lot today in a little bit of time, at least a little bit of time for us.
Yeah, I'm kind of just glad 2025 is over. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to
You want to see
a better year.
Naked Gun again? You know you want to see Naked Gun again.
Oh no, thank you.
Well, 2026 off to an awesome start so far. And as always, everyone, we want to thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing as we continue to grow and grow and grow. And make sure you are going to Danny Zalesko presents dzplive.com/events for all your concerts, especially here in the Southwest, but coast to coast with Danny. And also, you're in Scottsdale. Make sure you stop down to their not so new anymore location over at Vinyl Record Dude, Scottsdale and Shea, or just go to vinylrecorddude.com. Wherever you are in the world, place your order with them. They'll get it out to you. And also drumtalktvbrilliance.com. Make sure you go there. We're going to be getting some discounts for you soon on that, folks. The all over the place discount. So you can get over there, get it for a little lower of a price, and enjoy all of what Dan Schinder and his team is bringing you with concerts and great interviews over there. Not just drummers. They get a whole bunch of guys over there and gals. And also make sure you're heading over to Instagram.com/RushFanatic so you know what's going on with all the multitude of projects that Kathy's got going on. And on behalf of everyone here and all over the place, folks, thank you once again. Take care. We'll be back real soon.
Bye-bye.
insanity never ends.